It was a Sunday morning in late October when Pastor Elijah Monroe delivered his final sermon. The congregation at Harvest of Grace Chapel hung onto every word. Elijah was charismatic, powerful, and mesmerizing. The kind of preacher that made people cry, shout, and tithe more than they could afford. With a booming voice and a Bible in hand, he spoke of redemption, salvation, and forgiveness. No one in that chapel knew he'd committed a murder just 48 hours earlier. And the victim? A 28-year-old woman named Renee Matthews, a choir member and local schoolteacher who vanished without a trace. To everyone in that small Alabama town, Pastor Elijah was a man of God. But behind the stained glass windows, he lived a double life, one the church would never imagine. Because Pastor Elijah was also one of the South's most elusive mid-level drug distributors, moving pills, meth, and oxy across 3 counties using church vans and donations. And Renee had just figured it out. It started innocently. Renee volunteered for bookkeeping at the church office, trying to help out between choir rehearsals. But what she found buried in the receipts made her heart drop. A $25,000 wire to an untraceable LLC. Cash withdrawals timed perfectly with mission trips. And a cryptic ledger entry labeled, Grace Deliveries, with numbers and street names. She took photos. Sent them to a friend with the message, "Something's wrong. Elijah's not who we think he is. If anything happens to me, check these." That text was sent 2 nights before she disappeared. On Friday night, Renee stayed late to practice a solo for Sunday service. She never made it home. Her phone last pinged near the church. Her car was still in the parking lot, locked. Her house was untouched. No signs of forced entry. No known enemies. Police questioned Pastor Elijah. He claimed she left around 9:30 p.m. and seemed a little off. But her friend, the one who got the text? She gave investigators the screenshots. That's when things got dark fast. Police got a warrant to search the church office. They found shredded financial documents in the trash, a burner phone hidden in the ceiling tiles, and in the baptismal room, beneath a false floorboard, a bag of fentanyl and $14,000 in cash. Still, no Renee. And Elijah? Calm. Cool. Preaching every Sunday like nothing had changed. That was, until the surveillance footage surfaced. A neighbor's security cam facing the back alley of the church caught a shadowy figure dragging a large duffel bag to the church van around 11:42 p.m. The time matched Renee's last phone signal. The figure wore a hoodie. But the build, the walk, even the way he opened the church van door, it screamed Elijah Monroe. They arrested him 3 days later. But what came next shocked even the investigators. Inside Elijah's private quarters above the church, a place only he had the key to, they found a locked door hidden behind a false bookshelf. Inside, a mattress, handcuffs bolted to the wall, stained sheets, and a bloodied choir robe. The blood? Renee's. But still, no body. Elijah refused to speak. No confession. No emotion. He smiled through his mugshot. No body, no murder, he said. Isn't that what they say? 2 weeks later, a woman came forward. She claimed to be Elijah's former lover. And she had proof that Elijah used the church to smuggle drugs across state lines. She also said something else. Renee wasn't the first. Just the first who got close. Investigators reopened 2 old missing persons cases. Both women. Both choir members. But then came a letter. Mailed to the police. No return address. Just 5 words. She's not dead. Not yet. Inside was a photo. Renee. Eyes swollen. A bruise on her temple. Tied to a chair in what looked like a basement. Date stamped, 2 days ago. To be continued in episode 2. Where is Renee? Who sent the letter? And how far does this preacher's empire really go?